Well, you know what happens in a week, Chuck? You know what's going on? A week from today.
Absolutely.
A week from
tell
today.
the people.
A week from today. It's a very big day. Joy to the world. NBA Draft Lottery Day.
Yes.
1 week from today.
We will have a draft expert on the show.
Yes, we will.
And I'm still sorting if we want a Blazer person that day or the reaction after.
I think we get Eric Gunderson from the toilet. He's always enjoyable to chat with.
Okay, we could do double dip too because I have another guest we haven't had on the show in a while that
Dip the chip, then dip it again.
will be able to come on the next day.
For the reaction to us getting the number 1 overall pick in Cooper Flag.
And you will hear the draft lottery on
Live.
9/10.
Primetime's not going to go live to it.
They can go live to it.
I'm not Isaac goes live with that.
We'll
right?
have
That's
it.
a pretty big deal. The crescendo of the
Right.
time. I mean, because that kind of happens.
It's the lead-in to Celtics-Knicks Game 4.
It's quick. It's a
which
half
will
hour
be on
program.
9/10 that day.
Well, and the first 20 minutes are fluff. Let's interview. This is the owner's son. What lucky rabbit's foot did you bring with you? And you do that for like 20 minutes. And then once the deputy commissioner comes out, you get your rundown. It takes like 2 minutes to go through all of them.
Yeah.
Pick number whatever. Pick
Well, they
number,
take
and
a
go through.
commercial
Oh, of course
after
they do.
before they get to the top 4.
Is
Of
Jody
course they
going
do.
for the Blazers this
No,
year?
Tumani Kamara will represent the Blazers.
Send
How do we feel
Brook
about
Olsendam.
that? Is that a good luck charm?
Seeing if
Send
he
Brook
can
Olsendam.
steal
Brooke
his way
Olsendam should be
into the
there.
top 4.
She should be there.
He was the last, he was a second-round pick.
She was the queen. She is the queen of Rip City, not was. She is the queen of Rip City. She should be there.
Yeah, who would you rather have there, Tumani or Brooke?
I think Brooke's she's bringing us better luck.
I agree.
You know, but I digress.
Yeah.
That's happening a week from today. Anyways, very big day for the Blazers.
It's
And
massive,
they're-
The NHL draft lottery is today.
Nobody cares.
Oh, there it is.
No,
There.
not a single person cares. So we can draft a 10-year-old dude. 10-year-old dude.
10-year-olds, dude. One of the comps that I've heard a lot about, the Blazers, I don't know if you know this, they already have their superstars on the roster, so the future is very bright. And they had a big improvement from last year to this year.
That's gonna age so poorly.
Why not? Why not already have it? We just extended our head coach. We extended our general manager. We're ascending, as people would say in the sports world. One of the comps that I heard a lot in the back half of the season, and I'm curious how people feel about it because we haven't talked a lot about this game yet, and that is, the Houston Rockets kind of did this. They tanked for 3 years, found 3 straight top 6-ish picks, if I'm not mistaken. Look at that. They found Jalen Green, who finally popped. You got, Amen Thompson. He could be pretty good, or they have a sore. I can't remember which one they have. They have one of the Thompson.
They got Amen.
Amen. Okay, I
Amen
was correct.
Thompson,
NBA Dirt was right the first
a
time.
Soars on Detroit.
I knew. Everybody knows that, you idiot. And look at them. They're ascending. They got a couple of vets. The Rockets are now the 2 seed in the Western, out of nowhere.
Had a good year.
The 2 seed in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
And in a Game 7, their half-court offense made me want to jam a fork in my eyeball, and they scored 89 points, and their season is over.
It's one of the worst offenses I can recall in the last 15 years I've ever seen in a playoff game.
Bad. That was
There's no
bad
offense.
yesterday.
It was Şengün, can you save us? Fred VanVleet, Dyer 3.
Even Şengün, when you get to the fake, couldn't he make a free throw on top of it?
I actually thought Şengün was terrible yesterday. If I'm a
bad.
team and I'm trading for him, I don't know what I'm willing to give up because, he's a good player. He had a good season. He was dreadful in that game.
Yeah.
He couldn't take advantage of mismatches when he had them. Amen started with he had some moves. He had a behind-the-back, up and under finish in the first half of that game where I was, out of my seat, couldn't believe it. And then he got banged up following Curry the whole game. They just don't have offense. Dylan Brooks was terrible in this one.
Terrible.
Van Vliet didn't start really hitting shots until late when it was done.
No.
They don't have offense. It's the most predictable outcome of that game was they were slightly favored. Everybody looked at it, said Golden State. Golden State goes in there. Even without GP2, they wax them. And third quarter, everybody's making these Giannis trades. Because it's
That's what you have to do
it's
if you're
evident.
Houston.
You cannot – this is not the Thunder from last year where we disagreed slightly on how you build this out.
They have SGA.
They have SGA. They don't have an SGA. So Giannis or Zion I don't know who it is. They need to make a move. It's the most obvious thing. They know it. They cannot run this back and say, well, Reed Shepherd's going to change all of this next year. Cam Whitmore.
Jabari Smith's ready to take his big step now.
I think there's dudes on that team that Ime doesn't like that much, and I don't like Jabari is somebody I'm surprised they didn't feature a little more offensively.
He only played in 12 minutes last night.
Well, he was into shot clock, hit a 3 guy, and that was kind of it. Tari Eason's a good player, but like cannot handle the basketball whatsoever.
A lot of dumb fouls.
He's an Al-Farouq Aminu. As soon as he gets the ball, you're like, pass.
No.
So, like, outside of Amen Thompson and Şengün having a good season, I didn't think a great series. Houston, a little bit Grizzly-esque and fraudulent 2 seed. And by the way, the 2-7 stuff, it doesn't happen a lot. This is not traditional. These gaps between 2 and 7 seeds.
There's only 4 games separating
Yeah,
Houston and Golden
like,
State.
That's just, the West is nuts.
Yeah.
But, yeah, fairly obvious. They need to make a trade. Steph wasn't even great in this game until the very end. It was the Buddy Hield first half game.
He went off in the first half of that game.
And I think it's a great story. And I'm pumped for the second round. I might not think the second rounds are going to last very long. I'm still really excited to see Jokic against the Thunder. And I'm pretty jacked to watch Draymond, Curry, Butler against that Timberwolf team that is coming in with just like an insane amount of cockiness.
Yeah, can they prove people wrong? Can the old guys prove people wrong?
I don't
They've
think
been
they
around a long
can.
time.
I think it's
I
a
don't
very
think they
bad
can either.
matchup for 'em.
I tend to agree with you there, but there's the thought of it's Steph, right? So Steph could get you a game or two just getting hot. He did that in this series at one point. You're like, there's 37 points from Steph. He won him the game.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he does that a time or two. I think we can all agree, too, on Houston's front last night. Look, it's a tough end of your year. You still got a lot of young assets. Like I think the comp that I'm trying to make for next week, the Blazers are going to go through this. And I saw a lot of people say, well, look, the Rockets ascended. This is what happens when you don't have a star. Like Golden State's a good team. They're a 7 seed. Like when you don't have a guy that can be a dominant player in the playoffs who can carry you through certain moments, especially offensively,
100%.
this is what's going to happen to you.
Yep.
Now, maybe Houston is able to go pull that off this offseason. Maybe the Blazers can use those Buck picks, which look better by the day, to go land their star, and that's their future path. And you go that route. But I just think it's an important reminder of like what ultimately wins in the NBA. It's not just, hey, we got a lot of guys who play hard for, the majority of the regular season and we beat up on bad teams. That's great. You play hard during the regular season. It's not going to mean much in a 7-game series when teams can scout you and your offense produces 89 points in an elimination game on your own floor. They also deserve to lose because they went with the cool throwback logo on the floor and some of the ugliest jerseys I've ever seen.
It's
just get them out of here. Get them out of here.